What's the worst Karen moment you've had at work? I was a server at an upscale restaurant when this lady walked in wearing diamonds bigger than my future. She demanded our finest table, stating her husband owned half the restaurants in town. Truth is, her husband Gary was actually just a small-time real estate agent who tried to sell our building last year. Our hostess seated her at our best window seat, but she immediately complained about the awful draft. We moved her to 3 different tables before she finally settled, rolling her eyes the whole time. When I approached to take her order, she didn't even look at me, just barked, "Lobster, make it snappy." I noticed her designer purse was stuffed with packets of our premium sauce, the kind we charge extra for, but I kept quiet, thinking the night would end quickly. I was so wrong. When her lobster arrived, she shrieked that it was practically moving and demanded a new one. Our chef, who'd been cooking for 20 years, confirmed it was perfectly done. She threw the lobster on the floor, screaming about food poisoning. Then she pulled out her phone and started live streaming, claiming we were trying to kill her. Her face was red as she yelled, "My followers will destroy this place." She had exactly 127 followers. But here's where it gets good. Remember Gary, her husband? Turns out he was having dinner at the bar with another woman. He'd been trying to hide behind a menu, but Karen's screaming drew everyone's attention. When Karen spotted him, she grabbed my pitcher of ice water and stormed over. I thought she was going to throw it at his date. Instead, she dumped it straight on Gary's head, screaming, "You said you were working late!" Gary jumped up, dripping wet, his toupee slightly askew. His date, who apparently had no idea he was married, threw her wine in his face and stormed out. Now Gary was standing there, soaked in water and red wine, his fake hair sliding down his forehead. Karen wasn't done. She marched back to her table, grabbed her purse full of stolen sauce packets, and started pelting Gary with them. One burst open on his face, leaving him covered in our signature spicy mayo. The entire restaurant was dead silent, watching this scene unfold. Then Karen turned to me and screamed, "This is your fault! If you'd cooked the lobster properly, I wouldn't have seen him!" That's when our 65-year-old owner, Agnes, emerged from the kitchen. She'd been watching everything on our security cameras. Agnes walked straight up to Karen and said, "I've been in this business 40 years, and you're not even in my top 10 worst customers, but you are the most entertaining." Agnes turned to Gary, who was still trying to fix his toupee, and added, "You still want to buy my restaurant? Because I've got some lovely security footage I could include in the deal." Karen started threatening to sue, but Agnes just pulled out her phone and played back the live stream Karen had posted minutes earlier. "You've already broadcasted everything to your impressive following. Should we call them as witnesses?" Karen grabbed her purse, sauce packets spilling everywhere, and ran out. Gary followed, leaving a trail of wine and water. But the drama wasn't over. 2 days later, Karen's teenage daughter came in and applied for a waitressing job. She handed Agnes a note from Karen begging for the security footage, offering to pay any price. Apparently, she needed it for her divorce lawyer. Agnes made copies of the footage. She gave one to Karen's lawyer for free, sent one to Gary's mistress, and kept one to play at our staff parties. She also framed the burst sauce packet and hung it behind the bar. The best part? Karen's daughter got the job. She's our best server, and whenever someone gets rowdy, she just points to that framed sauce packet and tells them her mom's story. Works better than any customer is always right policy I've ever seen.